Good evening to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about elections in the state of Rajasthan. You can learn some important words, effective vocabulary, and I would like to start the session with editorial vocabulary. The words you can learn from today's editorial. Before I do that, I would like to thank those students who gave the feedback about the format, about the presentation. Thank you very much. Now we'll start with the first word from today's editorial, combat. Combat can be a verb, can be a noun. What does it mean? To engage in a fight or conflict. Engage in a fight or conflict. Example, the soldiers were well trained for combat situations. The soldiers were well trained for combat situations. And combat is a verb. It's a regular verb. Combat, combated, combated. And combating is a ing form, which can be used as a noun, as a verb, as an adjective. And combat singular, combats plural, as a noun. What are the word combinations? Combat skills, combat training. Try to learn the word combinations, very important. He has very good combat skills. Combat, he got the combat training. Combat zone. Don't go there. It's a combat zone. So that's all about the word combat. Sporadic, an important word. Meaning, part of speech adjective. Meaning, occurring irregularly or in scattered instances. Either irregular or scattered. And here, the example, the rain was sporadic with brief showers throughout the day. It goes with the rain, it goes with fights, it goes with clashes. And here, word form sporadic, adjective form, sporadically, adverbial form. You can use that also, combat, but usage is different, Pandu. Based on the usage, you have to use a word. You can use tiff, combat, broil, so many are there. But scuffle, based on the context, the meaning, and the right word has to be used. What are the word combinations? Sporadic rainfall. Quite often, when you go to the newspapers, you come across this expression. Sporadic incidents, you come across this also. Sporadic protests, you come across this as well. All these combinations are very important. They help when it comes to cloze test, fillers, all these exam topics. Next word, fervent, an important word, part of speech adjective, meaning showing intense passion or enthusiasm. Someone shows a lot of passion or enthusiasm, then we say fervent behavior or fervent stand taken by someone. What is the example? The crowd gave a fervent applause. Applause, you all know the meaning, appreciating after the inspiring speech. Obviously, any inspiring speech, after any inspiring speech, the crowd will definitely give a fervent applause. Word forms fervent, adjective, fervency, noun, fervently, adverbial form. What are the word combinations? Fervent support, fervent prayer means a lot of passion, and fervent believer, strong believer, passionate believer. And also here you got another combination, fervent applause. Let us go to the next word, blitzkrieg. This is an important word. We got last time also when I did one editorial related to elections in Rajasthan state. We came across the same word, part of speech noun. Look at the literal meaning. A swift means very fast, quick. An intense military attack intended to surprise and overwhelm the enemy. But in the context of the editorial, last time and this time also, it goes with elections. And last time it referred to the CM of Rajasthan. He came out with a lot of welfare schemes. All of a sudden, overwhelming. Then they used the word blitzkrieg. In this context, don't consider the literal meaning. Whatever goes with elections, that time, either incumbent government or the opposition promises a lot of things within a short time, then you can think of this word. Example, the rapid blitzkrieg tactics caught the opposing forces off guard. There's an important expression you have to know. Off guard, usually I give this expression when it comes to uh, another one, not this one, public speaking. Public speaking, spontaneous presentation. Then you can use the word extempore, And also, there is one important expression, off the cuff. He has given the presentation off the cuff, means without any preparation, spontaneous. And here, off guard means not expecting. The rapid blitzkrieg tactics combination caught the opposing forces off guard, means they were not expecting. An important expression you have to remember. Word forms only one, blitzkrieg, no other form. Word combinations, already here in the example, you can see blitzkrieg tactics, blitzkrieg warfare, and election stunt. It goes with elections as well. Do remember. This editorial is all about elections, so it goes with elections. Resentment, we have got many a time. A resentment, part of speech noun, meaning bitter indignation, an important word. What does it mean? A feeling that you have been treated unfairly. Because of that negative feeling, you're angry. Bitter indignation or ill will felt as a result of a perceived unfair treatment. As I said, you feel someone has treated you unfairly, then you have that bitter feeling, bitter indignation or ill will. Example, over time, resentment grew among the employees due to unequal pay. Imagine unequal pay. Slowly, what happens? The employees feel they have been treated unfairly. That results in resentment, anger, also, you can say, furious, you can say. But usage is very important. Do remember, you guys. I appreciate a lot of students have been coming up with a lot of synonyms. Really good. I appreciate. But always remember, English is a combination language, and based on the context, you have to use the appropriate word. Resent, verb. Resent and resentment, noun form. Resentful, adjective. Resentfully, adverbial form. Word combination, resentment towards someone or something, resentful feelings, resentfully disagreed. See, here it is adjective. This is also adjective form. Here it is noun, first one, resentment. Here it is adjective. Here it is adverb. The three forms have been used in the combinations. Arsenal, an important word, usually it goes with warfare, part of speech noun, meaning a collection of resources. New combination, do remember, skills or weaponry. Usually it goes with weaponry, the third one, but in the context of the editorial, and you should also remember it goes with skills, skill set or resources available for a particular purpose. A particular purpose, you have certain skills. Then you can use this word. Look at the example. The team's arsenal of strategies helped them win the championship. The team's arsenal of what? Strategies helped them win the championship. Word forms only one word form, arsenal, nothing more, nothing less. What are the combinations? Arsenal of weapons, typical combination, strategies used in the example, and skills, as I said, it goes with skill set. Array, also, you can say, collection, you can say, very good. Amity, part of speech noun, meaning friendly and peaceful relations, especially between nations. Friendly relation, we use the word amity. Example, the treaty was signed to promote amity between the two neighboring countries, promote friendship between the two neighboring countries. And only one word form, amity. Don't expect word forms for every word, that is sometimes not possible. What are the word combinations? Amity between two countries, amity and cooperation, friendship and cooperation, amity treaty. Here it has been used as an adjective. So you have to know amity can be a noun, amity can be an adjective. Quickly, you have to grasp that. Amity between noun, amity and cooperation noun, amity treaty, it has been used as an adjective. Incumbent, we have got many a time, but today presentation is different. That should be useful. Currently holding a specified office or position. Someone is in power right now, we use the word incumbent, incumbent CM. The incumbent president sought re-election for a second term. Incumbent president means currently president sought re-election for a second term. Word forms, incumbency noun form, incumbent adjective, incumbently adverbial. Rarely we use as an adverb. Combinations, incumbent leader, incumbent president or CM or prime minister, incumbency period, So here incumbency can be noun, can be an adjective. Appease, an important word, though it goes with de facto, Manasa, good. It goes with religion usually. You can use in other contexts as well. Part of speech verb, it's a regular verb, meaning to pacify or satisfy someone's demands to prevent further conflict. You try to make someone happy to avoid problem or unpleasantness, then we use a word pacify. The incumbent leader Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, you can say that. Example, the leader tried to appease the angry protesters, pacify them by addressing their concerns. Easy to understand. Appease is a verb, it's a regular verb, appeased. Appeasing, as I said, ing form can be a noun, can be a verb, can be an adjective. Appease is also a noun, but a person. Word combinations, appease anger means reduce anger. Appease demands, meet some of the demands. Appeaser of conflicts, someone is a specialist in that reducing the conflicts. You use the word appeaser of conflicts, a new expression. Ally, noun or verb, a person, group, or nation associated with another for a common cause or purpose. Usually it goes with war. In the context of the editorial, it goes with elections. The two countries became allies to strengthen their diplomatic and economic ties. Means they have a common ground and they may cooperate with each other. Word forms ally as a verb, regular verb, allied, allying, ing form. Allies, allies singular, allies plural. Usually they are mollify, alleviate, SUH. Who is that Manasa? You still remember? Very good. Word combinations, political allies, a typical combination. Military allies, another combination. Ally with takes up preposition with, and allied nations. Here it has been used as an adjective. That's all about the important words from the editorial. And what is this editorial about? As I said, this is the second time I'm doing. See what happens here. Now, slowly you must realize we some topics become familiar. Last week I did one editorial, elections by states. Next I did one editorial, exclusive, a particular state. Now this is exclusive, Rajasthan state. Then what happens? Familiar context, familiar expressions, familiar words, you can consolidate your knowledge. What is the tone of this editorial? Appears to be neutral, no stand taken by the editorial, the writer, and informative. It provides a detailed account of the Rajasthan Assembly polls, highlighting key events, strategies, and issues raised by both the ruling Congress and the opposition BJP. Here, both end that you have to recollect. How does it start? Close combat, close fight. That means it is difficult to say which party is going to come back, get power, either whether it is going to be Congress or it is going to be BJP. Close combat, close fight on Rajasthan Assembly polls. But what is the main idea of this editorial? Rajasthan CM is banking on, you all should know this, we have already got many a time. You have to think of a few phrasal verbs: rely on, bank on, depend on. All these are important, you have to remember. Rajasthan CM is banking on welfare schemes in a keen contest. Again, keen has two or three meanings. One is to show a lot of interest. Are you keen in learning something? Are you interested in learning something? And keen context, again, in this context, it means something like very close contest. Now it has to provide information about 3 or 4 registered voters turned up to vote. An important phrasal verb, turn up. Turn up means to appear. I hope I'm not blocking. Turn up means what? You can also think of the phrasal verb show up, means appear. But subtle difference between turn up and show up. What is that subtle difference? Turn up goes more with turn up, or it goes more with a lot of people. And show up goes with one to one. You can use one to one turn up also. And there's another phrasal verb you have to know, turn out. Turnout goes only with a large number of people. Do remember. The turnout was good. He turned up, he showed up. Both mean the same. appear. About 3 or 4 registered voters turned up to vote, means they appeared to vote in the assembly polls in Rajasthan on Saturday, a marginally higher proportion than comparative form in the 2018 elections, and around the same as in 2013. Same as in 2013, slightly higher proportion than in the 2018 elections. Easy to comprehend. Except for sporadic incidents, scattered incidents of violence, such as in Sikar, where minor stone pelting was reported. Stone pelting means what? Throwing stones. Was reported, past tense passive voice. The day passed peacefully. So usually elections, what are the common problems? One is this is not a regular thing, but sometimes it does happen. Stone pelting. Again, another problem, rigging. Another problem, violence. Another problem, booth capturing. These are the common booth capturing, common problems we come across at the time of elections. In this context, where minor and all these are sporadic incidents, they don't happen on a large scale, and they happen here and there, scattered incidents. Incidents of violence, such as in Sikar, where minor stone pelting was reported. The day passed peacefully. The last leg of campaigning means the last phase of campaigning, an important expression. Here, when it comes to stone pelting, you should also criminal activity. Anusha, you're right. You have to, yes, erratic. You can say that also, Divya. You have to think of one expression, stone to death. Do you guys know this? In the past, they would punish criminals by throwing stones till the time the criminal would die. Stoned to death. Then what is the expression? He was stoned to death. An important expression. The last phase, that's right. The last leg of campaigning in the state was fervent, means passionate, a lot of enthusiasm, with both the ruling Congress and the opposition BJP making frequent complaints of violations of the model code of conduct by the other. Usually, elections, what happens? All these problems, besides the two major parties, if you take major parties, the two parties blame each other. They talk about violation of model code of conduct. This is a regular thing. Every time they do the same thing. That is true. West Asian countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the BJP blitzkrieg. What does it mean? You do something on a large scale suddenly to overwhelm someone. That is known as blitzkrieg, an important word you got to remember. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the BJP blitzkrieg in the last stretch, again, last phase, last leg, and played up the anger and dissatisfaction among the Gujars, who are reportedly upset with the Congress for sidelining Sachin Pilot. This is an important community. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi played up the anger. Played up the anger means try to do something to bring down that anger and touch at that particular dimension. Why were they angry? Gujars, anger and dissatisfaction among the Gujars. The reason for that, who are reportedly upset with the Congress for sidelining Sachin Pilot. Means what? Not giving due importance to Sachin Pilot. Mr. Modi said that the party's treatment of Mr. Pilot, who had led an unsuccessful rebellion to replace Ashok Gehlot as chief minister in 2020, amounted to insulting the Gujars. In 2020, something happened. What happened? There was a tussle between the incumbent chief minister Ashok Gehlot and the rebellion Sachin Pilot. But Sachin Pilot was not successful, who had led past perfect, unsuccessful rebellion to replace Ashok Gehlot as the chief minister in 2020. And this amounted to insulting the Gujars. That was the stand taken by the PM, sensing the line of attack. When the prime minister took that particular stand, attacking stand, sensing the line of attack means the way it would go, in which direction it would go, sensing that the line of attack by Mr. Modi, Mr. Gehlot and Mr. Pilot closed ranks in the final days of campaign. Means they patched up, closed ranks in the final days of campaign. Whether they labored show of unity, that means closed ranks means what? No. disputes, nothing like bone of contention or apple of discord, and friendly relationship showing unity, whether they labored show of unity that sought to stem the resentment among the Gujars. An important word we have got many a time, so I haven't brought the word stem. Closed ranks, these two, the chief minister and Mr. Pilot, closed ranks. Important expression you have to remember. But stem, it can be positive, it can be negative. One meaning as a positive word, stem means to develop, to grow. As a negative word, stem means control, contain, control. Very important word. Only a few students know this. And usually, when we talk about stem, we think of plants. There it is a noun, but here stem is what? A verb. As a verb, it has two different opposing meanings. One, to grow, to develop. Second, to curtail, to contain, to stop, control. Whether they labored show of unity that sought to stem the resentment, means control the resentment among the Gujars against the Congress, bears fruit. An important expression. Bear fruit means to see the result, positive result. Will be known on December 3rd when the votes are counted. We will come to know to what extent they have been successful on December 3rd. Mr. Gehlot's arsenal, in the context of the editorial elections, whatever schemes he had announced included his welfare regime, a lot of schemes, the centerpiece of which is the promise of a health cover of 50 lakh to all. He came up with, last time when I did the editorial used the word blitzkrieg. It went with Mr. Gehlot's election campaign, welfare schemes, a lot of welfare schemes within no time, and a lot that too. They used that word. And here the centerpiece of which is the promise of a health cover of 50 lakh to all. His stress on Rajasthani, actually, this is a different pattern. Generally, I tell students, he stressed the two things. In this pattern, you should not use a preposition on. His stress on two things. Here it has been used as a noun. So here we can use his stress on what? It takes a preposition on. That's why I tell students, learn rules, learn exceptions, and always remember the context is very important. Master said, stress on wrong combination, don't take it blindly. Usually it is like that. But based on the pattern, based on the context, it does take the preposition on. His stress on Rajasthani regional identity and his call for communal amity in the state. So, what is arsenal included? The CM's arsenal included a few things. One, welfare regime. Second, 50 lakh to all, insurance, health cover. And third, regional identity, Rajasthani regional identity. And the fourth, communal amity in the state. The last day of campaigning saw Mr. Gehlot change his social media profile picture to one of him holding a map of Rajasthan close to his chest. When you hold the map of the state close to your chest, it shows that you are very passionate about the state and you are sending a strong message to the public. This serves to underscore, highlight the importance of the state's language and culture, which, according to him, are threatened by the increasing dominance of the BJP's Hindutva politics that advances national uniformity across all fields of human activity. It highlights something. What does it highlight? The importance of the state's language and culture. And the importance of language and state's language and culture, according to him, an important expression, I will tell why once I complete this, are threatened by the increasing dominance of the BJP's Hindutva politics that advances national uniformity. When a particular party advances national uniformity, the diversity aspect is lost. Then what happens? The state's language, culture, identity get lost. So he was trying to highlight that particular aspect, national uniformity across all fields of human activity. According to him, it is an important expression because a common error a lot of people say, according to me. Is this right or wrong? It is wrong. You can say according to him, according to the chief minister, but you should never say according to me. For that, you have to say what is the expression, in my opinion. In my opinion, correct. Never say according to me, that is wrong. Mr. Gehlot attempted to break the electoral pattern. Last time also I said, they highlighted, there is one pattern in the state of Rajasthan. What is that pattern? The incumbent government does not come back to power. That is a pattern. Mr. Gehlot attempted to break the electoral pattern of a state that has a habit of voting out the incumbent in each election. Someone is in power this time, next time they won't come to power. Some other party comes. And next time this party does not come to power, some other party comes to power. Wrong, that is wrong, yes. The BJP started with the advantage of the state's electoral pattern. It talks about, see, this editorial easy to comprehend because it's all about elections. Elections related editorial, you have to think of the parties, how they campaign, what they promise, the manifesto, and how they attack each other, and which party is likely to come back to power or which party is going to lose the stature of incumbent government, and how they try to outsmart each other. Anytime elections, these are the things we come across. This sentence talks about that. The BJP started with the advantage of the state's electoral pattern. Right now, Congress is the incumbent government. It is in power. So pattern says this time Congress will not come, BJP will come to power. The BJP started with the advantage of the state's electoral pattern and played the caste and religious cards to its advantage. So what is its, as per my view, you can say, but it is too formal, not, we don't use it. Best thing would be, in my opinion. That is the best expression you can think of. And here they have used two cards, caste and religious cards, to its advantage. It questioned the Congress's welfare plank, means the platform, welfare plank, and accused it of appeasing minorities, making minorities happy. It accused it of appeasing minorities. Mr. Modi brought up Congress ally DMK's critique of Sanatan Dharma as a threat to Rajasthan's culture. So they brought something into picture, and that goes with against the ideology of a particular state. And what does it talk about? It is related to Congress allied DMK's critique of Sanatan Dharma as a threat to Rajasthan's culture. Some voters may get connected to that particular point. The BJP remained confident of winning comfortably, entirely on the strength of Mr. Modi's popularity and its Hindutva plank, means platform. Now, how does the editorial conclude? Whatever may be the outcome, the two national parties will have learned a lot from an intense contest in Rajasthan. Will have learned. Answer my question, which tense is that? Will have learned or will have learned? Learn can be a regular verb, can be an irregular verb. Tell me which tense is this? Whatever may be the outcome, the two national parties will have learned a lot from an intense contest in Rajasthan. No one has answered. Future perfect tense. Will have done, will have learned, will have completed. Very good. That's all about the editorial. These are the courses I'm offering, except essay course. Other courses are existing courses. One is grammar course, exclusive. English for banks, exclusive. General English foundation course. For any competitive exam, that is going to be useful. Please spend some time after the session. Let us go to comprehension based questions based on this editorial. Look at the first question. What was the voter turnout in the Rajasthan Assembly polls? See, I have used three phrasal verbs. When we talk about large number of people, voter turnout means a lot of people turn out. But turn up and show up go at the individual level. That you have to remember. What was the voter turnout in the Rajasthan Assembly polls, and how does it compare to previous elections? B. Who is that? Pawan Kumar. First one to respond. Naidu also says 1B. Swapna also says 1B. Pandu, Divya, all these. Not A. No, 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 no. Not C. Anusha, C. No, it is 75% marginally higher than in 2018. It is not 50% lower than in 2018. It is higher, in fact. They have used a comparative form. I highlighted that time. Higher than not 90%, 70%, not 60%. Similar. It is not similar. It is higher. You cannot consider one A and D, either B or C, but categorically mention 75%. Which incident of violence was reported during the assembly polls in Rajasthan? Bomb blast in Jaipur? No problem, no problem, no issues. I know you people are good at English. You don't have to worry about that. Stone pelting in Sikar, election rigging in Jodhpur, protest in Udaipur. Stone pelting, I gave a few words like expressions like stone to death. Stone pelting in Sikar. What is the centerpiece of Chief Minister Gehlot's welfare regime? See, strict regime, current regime, welfare regime. Combinations try to catch. Welfare regime means a government that promises a law, comes up with a lot of welfare schemes. Education reform? No. Employment opportunities? No. Health cover of 50 lakh, clearly mentioned in the passage. Agricultural subsidies? No. Very good. You're responding within no time. Looks like time lag is not there. What did Prime Minister Modi accuse the Congress of regarding Sachin Pilot and the Gujars? Accuse the Congress of, who accused the Prime Minister and accused the Congress of regarding Sachin Pilot and the Gujars, supporting their demands, ignoring their concerns, insulting the Gujars, promoting unity among them. Fourth one is C. He accused, saying that Gujars were insulted by the Congress. Four, very good, within no time. What electoral pattern did the BJP start with in Rajasthan? Electoral pattern. There's a pattern over there. What electoral pattern did the BJP start with? Pause. In Rajasthan. These two, one group. Start with one group. Voting out the incumbent, continuity of the ruling party, random voting patterns, consistent support for Congress. 5A is the answer, crystal clear. Thank you very much. Who is that? Upender. Nice of you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And before I wind up the session, I would like to ask a question. Usually in the past, I would bring editorial analysis plus practice questions. Last 2 3 days, I haven't brought. Last week I did not bring. This week I haven't brought so far. There's a reason for that. I'm going to come up with a new video every day, evening or morning, and based on practice questions. That will be very useful, and this is going to be exclusive to improve your reading comprehension skill, enrich your word power, and I will add the writing skill dimension in this session. That will definitely benefit you guys. Especially, I would like to once again thank those who have given positive feedback about the presentation. I will try to include two things are missing. Part of speech. Sir, your picture is getting, is any problem? I think there is a problem with the lighting. That's what you're trying to say, Pandu. Don't, no problem. You can give the feedback. Yes, of course, that will be beneficial. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to come up with a new every day. Shaking, some problem is there. I will correct it. Thank you, Pandu. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. Do remember to subscribe and share. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Some more examples. Now I'm almost closed. I will do it tomorrow. Because I did not come in time because the something stopped me. You need a clause. Because he stopped me. He stopped me is a clause. I could not come in time because of the rain. Here it is a phrase that is in a nutshell. Exactly. And this time they are going to be purely based on exam topics, and they'll be very useful, extremely useful. You'll come to know. Wait for a couple of days, you'll come to know sooner or later, and you understand how they're going to be useful. Thank you.